A very good morning to all. I am going to present my paper with the title Visual Field Index, a study on its correlation with different stages of glaucomatous damage in primary open-angle glaucoma. As we all know, glaucoma is a silent killer of vision and it is the second leading cause of blindness globally. And in India, it is the third leading cause of blindness with 11.2 million people affected, with the 6.48 million POAG and 2.54 million angle closure glaucomas. Now coming to visual field index or VFI, it is the global metric that represents the entire visual field as a single percentage of the normal. My objectives of the study are, I have a primary and a secondary objective. The primary objective is to assess the visual field index and study its correlation with different stages of glaucomatous damage in primary open-angle glaucoma. And the secondary objective is to study the correlation of visual field index with other parameters, that is the mean deviation and pattern standard deviation. The materials and methods, it is a hospital-based cross-sectional study in a tertiary care center in South Kerala. And it is done in a glaucoma clinic, and the patients with established cases of primary open-angle glaucoma presenting to the clinic were taken, and the sampling method is consecutive sampling with 60 eyes being the sample size calculated. The data collection tools are clinical history, the personal clinical records, Snellen's chart, gonioscopy, slit lamp examination, fundus examination using 90 diopter lens with intraocular pressure measurement using applanation tonometry, and standard automated perimetry by Humphrey visual field analyzer. The study variables are age, gender, intraocular pressure, and the various global indices in the central 24-2 field by standard automated perimetry, that are the mean deviation, pattern standard deviation, and the visual field index. The inclusion criteria included patients above 40 years and the best corrected visual acuity more than 624. Exclusion criteria, any other intraocular or neurological disease affecting the visual field and other types of glaucoma, and any medications used to decrease the retinal sensitivity were avoided, and the visual fields with poor reliability were excluded, and the history of intraocular surgery for other than for uncomplicated cataract or glaucoma were excluded. The methodology, study subjects were selected, consent was obtained, study variables assessed, mean deviation, pattern standard deviation, and the visual field index were obtained from the chart printout, and the data entry was done and analyzed using SPSS version 20. The results I obtained were, out of the 60 eyes studied, 10 mild glaucoma and 30 moderate glaucoma and 20 had severe glaucoma. And the mean deviation, mild, that is 5% people fall under the category of mild, that is mean deviation less than -6. Moderate were 50%, that is -6 to -12 mean deviation, and more than -12 mean deviation were fallen under the category of severe glaucoma were 45%. Coming to pattern standard deviation, 5% had less than 3, 50% had it between 4 to 8, and 45% more than 8. And the visual field index, more than 55% had visual field index more than 90, and 45% had it between 89 and 17. The range of VFI, mild is 90 to 100, and in moderate glaucoma it was 80 to 90, and severe it was less than 80. And I found a strong positive correlation between the visual field index and mean deviation in severe glaucomatous damage, with R value being 0.92. And good correlation between visual field index and mean deviation in mild and moderate glaucoma, and a negative non-linear correlation between visual field index and pattern standard deviation. My study showed a positive correlation between MD and VFI, and my parent study, Neeta Kulpalli et al., also found the similar results, but Marvasti et al. And Artis HP et al. Found out that VFI underestimated the neuronal loss in mild and moderate glaucoma. My conclusion, VFI correlated with different stages of glaucomatous damage in primary open-angle glaucoma and can be helpful as a parameter for staging POAG. It was found to have excellent correlation with mean deviation, especially in severe glaucomatous damage. However, there is a chance of underestimation of extent of the visual field damage, mainly in mild glaucomatous damage. These were my references, and thank you.
How do you know this mild, moderate, severe and all you have made in glaucoma?
By Anderson criteria, sir. By calculating the mean deviation was obtained from the chart printout.
No, I'm asking you, how do you classify mild, moderate? What do you say?
Less than -6. MD is mild glaucoma and -6 to -12 is moderate and more than -12 is severe.
You have not taken PhD.
No sir, only MD.
MD means you overall these depressions, no problem. Even cataract also may be there. Media opacity is also may be there.
I selected the patients with visual acuity more than 624.
No, I am asking you, mean deviation can be affected by your pupil problem, uncorrected refractive errors, media opacities, anything. Then how can you say what is glaucoma? Mild, moderate, severe.
Sir?
How can you say it's glaucoma you are taking mild, moderate? Because you told median deviation 6, 12, and all you can tell.
Okay,
You are telling. How can you say it's glaucoma, man?
Based on PhD support.
Then, but you are told now PhD is
I
not there.
haven't taken PhD.
Then?
Only MD was taken.
It's a problem.
That is a very important criterion. Then which machine did you use for automated perimeter?
Humphrey
Humphrey. Did you do it yourself?
No, sir, I only just collected the charts and observed the values.